What's up, everybody? Welcome to Malice Smack Talk. That's a pre 5 second show. We're going to be talking about our TLC predictions this week. I'll be here giving you the best of what's going on this weekend with TLC, giving you our insights. And like what we always say, join us on Twitch. You comment a lot in the section. We'll definitely get to your comments, especially if you have some insight on the matches, and interact with us. Have fun. If you're watching this after the fact, then please comment below and tell us where we went wrong, or laugh at us if we totally bombed it like I did 2 months ago. So yeah, welcome to the show.
Getting ready to seize your first opportunity to come into the ring and start grandstanding and hot dogging. Yeah, I can't help it that I look good, smell good, can dance all night long.
When we speak, our voices are heard. We all say, I bring it.
Welcome to Malice Smack Talk, the only talk show that will talk wrestling without smacking you in the head like a TLC chair. I am your host, Masonic Vader. With me tonight is Mind Freak.
What's up, everybody? Talking TLC. And actually, out of some of the other big ones, this is actually one of my favorite pay-per-view events.
I concur, sir.
It is, because it's TLC, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, standing ovation. Standing ovation.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Now, if you watch this show all the time, you know we're usually joined by Bearded Master. Unfortunately, he's on assignment, hanging out with the coach. So it's Mind Freak and I giving it all of our insight and wisdom into wrestling, which means this is going to be probably our fastest show ever.
Faster than last week.
You know what? We just hit the hour mark last time. Congratulations to us.
Yes, standing ovation. Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Now, before we start, I always start off our shows by thanking Malice-Corp, the wonderful group of guys and girls who talk all things nerd. This is on their channel on Twitch, and we appreciate them letting us do our shows, especially because the month of December is Wrestling Live. Yeah. So thank you very much, Malice-Corp. Check out the website. You could actually check out all of our old casts. They'll have on their previous podcasts, but you could also see all the other ones as well. The main show, which is usually Friday nights at 8 o'clock, which we're filling in the slot an hour later. And then Nerds, Comics for All, Quest for 100, Beacon, and Papa Matt. I think last time I checked, Beacon was at 95 movies for the year. I think they're going to sneak it in at the end. And just a gluttony of other stuff. It's a wonderful site. You guys will have a lot of fun. It's all things nerd, Malice-Corp. Check them out. So here we are, guys. We are at TLC. Well, Guy, as Derek is right now, my freak. We're at TLC, which is the last pay-per-view event of the year. And as Mind Freak's already said, this is actually one of my favorite ones as well. But it's kind of like TLC light this year. There's only a couple of matches that kind of fall into it, which kind of bums me out. But, I guess health comes first.
I mean, of course, health does come first. I mean, on the card, looking at it, the card's is ready to go. We have 2 TLC matches, and then we're featuring 1 table, 1 ladder, and 1 chair individually consecutive match.
Yeah.
So that's
there's a ladder match.
There's a ladder match. There's a table match and a chairs match.
So I get.
So we got one of each, plus 2 actual TLC matches, and then 5 non-stipulation matches that are just regular matches.
Yeah. So in other words, it's not TLC light as much as it's just TLC with aspartame. It's not the full-on cocaine. I mean, Coca-Cola. So we're doing good.
Sugar early, man.
Yeah, man. Well, they must have changed it up, because I remember as of going in the last week, it was only the 2 TLC matches and then the tables match, and that was it. So they must have
added the stipulation on SmackDown on Tuesday that kind of added the Rey Mysterio and Randy Orton match was going to be a chairs match, and you kind of knew that going up, leading to what they've been doing to each other.
Oh, okay, yeah, but you're going ahead. You're going ahead, sir. Let me run the show. Thank you very much. I'm the wise white bearded one.
Gandalf the one.
Fat Gandalf. So let's get into this. Let's start off. The first match, which I think we're going to get into, is going to be the Mixed Match Challenge final. Here's the thing. I ain't gonna lie. I have not watched but maybe 5 minutes of the Mixed Match Challenge this time around. I got into it the first episode, the first season, but the second season, I don't know. To me, it's almost like comedic matches. There's a lot of stuff that goes on that's funny and everything.
Yeah.
I get that. So
and I think one of the reasons too. I mean, I've been watching it, but I mean, you've just with so many different injuries and then different superstars replacing different superstars, and really like with all the changes and stuff like that, it's kind of hard to like tell who was going to be in the finals. I mean, granted, the first season of it, based on since Asuka was in it, and this was before the streak. Spoiler alert! 8 month spoiler alert or whatever. You knew it was going to be Asuka that was going to win, and no matter who she got teamed up with, fortunately, it was The Miz. They ended up winning that one. But with this one, like I said, with the injuries and stuff like that, it was anybody's game. And now we're down to the final two. Teams.
which is the Fabulous Truth, which consists of R-Truth and Carmella versus Mahal-Alicious, I think is what it is. Yeah. Yeah, Jinder Mahal and Jinder and Alicia Fox. So interesting pairings, especially because Alicia Fox and Jinder Mahal. That's just a different combination. We've been seeing a lot of Carmella and R-Truth with the whole dance break and everything like that. Yep. Yeah, dates break. Right, there we go. That was for all you people that just watched and had not turned the channel yet. That was about as bad as it gets here.
Yep. All
right. Marty's gonna be like, "Good God, I was not on this show."
He's probably in the chat right now, just not saying anything, just shaking his head like, "Really, guys?"
Yeah. Viewership has officially gone down.
Yeah. What are you talking about? It's probably going to be going up since he's not here.
Oh, good point. Yes. So we've got interesting match. I'm just going to throw it out there and just say, as much as I know this is going to be crazy to say it, but I got to get some wins because we got this season. This is the last match. I'm crazy enough going to go with Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox. I am.
Why?
I am, and it's only because I need a win. I don't really know what's going on as much as I know. I've seen Carmella and R-Truth all the time.
Do you understand what the stipulate? All right, that's your pick, though. That's your pick.
I'm going with it. with it.
Jinder
I know
Mahal,
the stipulation. If they win, each of them get in at number 30. I get that.
Yeah. I'm going for the exact opposite reason because it's not Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox. Like, are you seriously going to try to push Jinder Mahal again based on the stuff that he had? Yeah, he had a somewhat of, not necessarily like a lengthy title run, but he had a decent title run. But ever since then, he's not even mid-card. He's just like, filler matches, this and that. Alicia Fox, I hate to say it, has become relevant again because of Alexa Bliss. Before that, what was she doing? But then on the flip side, you have, starting out when Carmella was champ, you have R-Truth be like, "Where's Carmella? I'm going to challenge her for the women's title." And you just started this whole comical thing. And then the pushes that they've been getting lately with Truth TV and then just the way that they interact with each other, which is brilliant, by the way.
Yeah.
Just based on everything that's going on and, like, what could be set up for future pushes later on, I'm going to go with the Fabulous Truth, Carmella and R-Truth.
And of course, we've got Marty. We've got Marty's picks. I'm gonna throw it out there. He's going for Fabulous Truth as well.
But we don't care for his reason why because he's not here. So we're just going to announce his picks.
Throw it in there. We're
just going to announce his picks, and that's it. Even though he thinks, after this pay-per-view, he's still going to be number one, which he's really not. He's only beaten me by like 1 point. So
Now it's funny. I could totally see Marty being on the show right now when I mentioned who I picked. He's giving me that crazy look in his eye and saying, "All right, I'm done," and that's it. That's what he's doing right now.
Right now.
But there's a couple of reasons why I say I go with the other one. And I mean, yeah, I do need to pick. So I know that this is one you guys wouldn't pick. However, and I get it, man, because I've seen Carmella and R-Truth, and yes, they are phenomenal together. But how often over the last 4 months or so we have seen what should have happened and what really did happen?
Not
WWE has.
It's 50-50.
No, it's been a lot.
50-50.
It's
50-50.
been a lot.
But when it's
so
something
much
like this, with the road to WrestleMania, the number 30 entry right here, why are you going to give it to Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox, who haven't been relevant? Hell, with the Fabulous Truth, SmackDown 1000 even had Mr. McMahon come out and join in on the 7-set.
Oh, I get it.
I get it. They're the favorite right now.
I totally get it, but it's one of those things where I get that feeling that WWE, like the last couple pay-per-views, have been good, but how many times have we said that something was going to happen, which should have happened and did not happen? I mean, it's happened a lot lately.
50-50.
Yeah, well, WWE, I mean, look at Raw. Raw in a nutshell is exactly what's happening with WWE right now, and they're on Raw, so they're screwing it up and everything. So I'm sure they're going to probably screw it up and give it to them. I'd rather see R-Truth go. I think R-Truth and Carmella are, have the better pop, but I could totally just see them just throwing a shit burger right off the beginning.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
We'll see. I mean, hey, the good thing is, if I get it, that's one down, so many more to go. So, I mean, I'm at the bottom of the barrel at this point, dude. I'm shooting for anything. So we got the first match out of the way, and you can already tell that if you're watching a show, you're very excited because this is probably the most Derek has talked in the last 4 months.
Exactly, because I don't have Marty taking like all my screen time.
Oh man!
Oh, I'm ripping on him all night long, even though he's not here.
Yeah, it's fair game right now. All right, next match, which I think would be an awesome match for Bearded Master to talk about because I know how much he loves this, would be Natalya versus Ruby Riot in a tables match. You totally know he's like jumping up and down, want to say something. This is his favorite match. Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, this is all me right here. I got this. Now I'm gonna throw his pick in there right off the bat. He's picking Ruby Riot. I get that one. I could see why he's picking Ruby Riot. I could tell you that he would probably say something to the fact that you've got the Riot Squad that's going to be in his corner or in her corner, and it's going to make it happen.
Not only that, you know how much he hates Natalya as a wrestler.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though, and unfortunately, they're going to give it to Natalya.
Oh, they are.
And I'm picking Natalya because of the fact, they've the emotional side of it. I mean, again, I will say this though, and if Marty was on here, he would say the last promo they cut on Monday was probably the best promo.
Oh, yeah,
breaking out the table with Neidhart's image on there and stuff. That was that definitely got it. It wasn't Samoa Joe quality, but it got it up.
No, but yeah, and it goes to what we've been talking about for like the last couple months. It's WWE is getting really personal with these storylines.
Yeah. They've taken off the gloves, and I kind of like it a little bit, and because it brings it back to the 90s, not as crazy as the 90s where everyone's walking around stripping off clothes, yelling puppies and stuff like that.
Matches and
but it's making it real. It's making it personal. It's something I think that when fans of WWE start watching these matches and you start seeing that personal side of it, there's more into it. There's more. I'm either pissed off at her, or I'm pissed off at him, or I want him to win so bad. And I think they're finally starting to catch on to that a little bit. Yeah, and that's what they need.
Oh, absolutely. And then, but it's like you said, with the emotional factor, with how much the Riot Squad has just been tormenting Natalya, attacking her, this and that on Raw and all that stuff, and even with this past Monday with the whole thing with the anvil on the table and all that stuff. It's from the emotional standpoint, we just have that feeling they're going to give it to Natalya. But like you said, for the last match, it can go either way. WWE, like makes us think it's going to go one way and then just pull the plug and go the complete opposite way.
It definitely could. I think what will be a factor, and this is something I was going to bring in, who's going to come help Natalya? Who's going to run out there? Because she's coming out solo at first, and then Riot Squad's somehow going to get involved, and someone's going to come out. Who's going to come out? I
think it might be Ember Moon.
I think so. She's not on the card, but there's got to be two because there's two other. There's Liv and what's her name?
Sarah Logan.
Thank you, Logan. So you got Ember Moon. Who's the other? I know it's hard, man. I've been thinking about this, like who would come out, and it could be the possibility of them bringing up one of the ladies from NXT. I don't know who they would. Maybe. Oh, you know what? I know who it could be. I think it's going to go with freaking Crazy.
Nikki.
Yeah, I think it's going to go with Nikki. I think Nikki Cross is going to come out. She's already had a little bit of a feud with Riot Squad for a hot minute. Why wouldn't you bring her out? Bring it out just for the sake of pushing her.
I don't think so, because you tried to do that and you brought her out on SmackDown Live with Becky and Sanity, because she's Sandy's crazy girl. So I don't think it'll be Nikki.
Well, I mean, someone's coming out. Someone's going to come out and have her back. I know Ember Moon would be one, but it's going to be someone that we're not expecting. Then someone they're going to pull up or something possibly, because the NXT is starting to get overfilled right now. They got to start finding some ways to bring talent.
No.
What? Throw it out there.
I was just going to say the Bellas, but nah.
No.
No, it's not.
No Bellas. I'm done with the Bellas.
I don't know, man.
All right.
I don't know.
So
I'll say that if Ember Moon comes out, we both get an extra point.
I'm down with that.
Yeah, we got 2 votes. We're good. Next year,
we're good. Yay!
We're good. Yeah.
Standing ovation. You're gonna be pissed when he hears that. All right.
hey! It was his idea to start it with Survivor Series. Why not?
Yeah. It was, and we were giving them the points, so we're good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So next, what's up?
No. It's fine. We're good.
Okay. Next one. I'm juggling between these guys here. I think I'm gonna go to the one with no stipulation. I'm gonna go to Finn Balor versus Drew McIntyre. This is an interesting match for a lot of reasons. First of all, these guys are back from Europe. I'm sure they've hit the mats a couple times prior to this.
Yeah, I think they're in Nashville tonight. Live show.
Yeah, you've got Drew McIntyre going right now. They're really giving him a solid push. And then you got Finn Balor, who they're also trying to get into the mix. One way or another, someone's going to be elevated to that next level. I can tell you that Marty has picked McIntyre. And you know what? I'm going to do the same. I'm going to pick McIntyre as much as I need the wins opposite of him. The only reason why I'm picking McIntyre is because I think they're really trying to push him for that main event status coming up for the next major pay-per-views with the Royal Rumble and then potentially WrestleMania. And you know what? To be perfectly frank, he deserves it. I mean, nothing against Finn Balor. Finn Balor needs to be up there too, but Drew McIntyre has come back with a fury. I've been talking about him since coming back to NXT, and since he's been on the roster, he's just been dominating. The only thing and then when I think in hindsight, you know what? Let me retract. I'm actually going to go Finn Balor, and the only reason why I'm going to go Finn Balor is because I think there's going to be some outside interference with Dolph Ziggler. He has nothing going on in these matches. I think Dolph Ziggler would come in kind of like what he's done the last couple of times. I think it'll happen one more time, and they're going to have a feud that's going to blow up all the way through. I don't want to say WrestleMania, but it's definitely going to get ugly for the next couple pay-per-views in between. So I'm going to go with Finn Balor on this one. Outside interference by Dolph Ziggler. That's an extra point if that happens.
I'm going McIntyre.
You're going McIntyre, and it's safe, dude. You know,
it's nothing against Marty's. He's like, oh, you're just picking what I pick. No, it has nothing to do with that. just based on some of the stuff that I've heard backstage and what they want to have planned for McIntyre to get him into the main event picture. There's also rumors of him going to be the one that wins the Royal Rumble, but we'll get to that closer to the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
But just with the momentum he has and the rate that he's going, and you kind of need to push somebody else more to have that other big force, since Roman is missing. And we'll get to the Braun later on. The only other real big guy you have is McIntyre, and you need to have a big sturdy dude on there because Lesnar doesn't show up. So I'm gonna go McIntyre.
Yeah, now here's the thing. Even if, say, if it does happen and McIntyre does lose, it does nothing to him.
No, it doesn't. Absolutely.
McIntyre has already got himself positioned. Like, he is definitely heel status, and he's a badass heel. And he's not the full on. Like, you can see that people are still cheering for McIntyre. People want to see success come from this guy. And I do too. I just the way they've been doing it lately is Finn Balor gets the win only because Dolph Ziggler does something to make it happen. But either way you could go with this one because both Finn and McIntyre deserve some type of push. I think with Finn, as much as I would like him to get the Universal title, I think they need to sit there and say he's got to go somewhere to like Intercontinental or US.
He needs
title
to have a mid-card title. He needs to have a mid-card title.
He needs to get a belt though soon. He really does. He's gone too long without a belt, and he needs to bring the Demon back.
Yes,
Demon needs to come back. All right. So you guys have got McIntyre, and I've got Balor. So we're just hopping along pretty good, guys. Once again, remember, leave some crazy comments down below. Tell them how much I'm a complete dumbass for picking Balor. But then after,
tell him how my beard is the most glorious beard here since mine's not. Yours is white. That's the only reason. Yours is white, bro. It doesn't look natural.
Dude, that is
you look
glorious.
like an old man.
That is so glorious. Look at the extension on that, dude. That's solid. It's nice and round. And that's not even trimmed. That's just how it grows, man. That's perfect. Boom. God, I love it, dude. Yeah, I can't wait. Week and a half and it's gone. All right.
Glorious.
Oh man. Hey, when it gets long, when you put a shirt on and it's still tucked under and you gotta lift your head, that's when it's that's too much. Yeah. So we're trucking right along. Like I said, we got things moving. Let's start into one of the other stipulations. I say let's go with the fun ladder match. I was about to say, let's go with the fun one. Elias versus Bobby Lashley. Dude, first of all, kudos to finally giving Elias. Like, he's had a really good push the last 3 or 4 months, but thank you for letting him go good. Like, I mean, during his whole push, when he was out there doing his songs, he would still be crapping on the cities, and they would still be loving him. Now, as you saw from Raw from San Diego, which, dang it, I missed it again. He's out there just talking smack about LA and loving San Diego. Gotta love it. Maybe it's just because of San Diego. But this rivalry actually has been picking up. I wish they would cut Lio Rush out of it because Lio Rush is just annoying as all hell. I just like the fact that Bobby Lashley has got this more of a I'm just going to whoop your ass prima donna kind of thing, which is, I think, a great angle for him. The dude's freaking chiseled out of stone. So,
but wasn't it a couple months ago that was just like Lashley, just don't let Lashley talk, just let him go out and beat people up, and that's exactly what he's doing.
No, that's exactly yeah. I would get rid of Lio Rush and just let him come out there and just be what he is right now. Like, he found the right groove. Lio Rush is just an annoyance, and I'm looking forward for him to kind of just go do his own thing again, because him and to me, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel natural. It feels forced. It's like, okay, let's get Lio Rush in here to see if we can start pushing them a little bit. And this would be a good way of doing it by getting them teamed up with Bobby Lashley and kind of help Lashley out. Lashley needs a true manager, not Lio Rush. And I think the angle he has for him is awesome. And this angle with Elias is just on fire right now, man. I like it. He's building up stamina. He's going to be one of those guys that he's going to get a title run next year. Not a Yep, not the heavyweight, but he's definitely gonna get one of the mid card titles next year.
Yep.
Who knows for how long? But this is an interesting match, especially over the last couple of weeks. How the feud has built up. We've had some guitar smash. Man, the shot that Lio Rush took with that guitar on the Ransway 2 weeks ago, and they show it in slow motion. Glorious. It was a great. Exactly. That was one of the better chair shots I've seen since a Honky Tonk Man, dude. It was great.
So who you got?
Well, I'm going to let you go first on this one. Give me your feedback. What are you saying?
So I can see it go either way. I know Bearded one picked Elias.
Yep.
I'm going to go Lashley. And the reason for it kind of goes back to the whole you're on the good side or the bad side of general manager like Baron Corbin. And I'll get into more details on that later on. And it'll kind of tie it all together with my picks with McIntyre, Lashley, and then what we talk about with the Strowman Corbin match later on. But like I said, I can see going either way, but with my thought process and everything, I'm going to go with Lashley, and I'll explain more later on.
Okay. I am going to go with Lashley because of Lio Rush interference.
Okay.
But I'm also going to go with Lashley because we talked about this about 2 or 3 months ago. When he came into the mix, we were saying, hey, man, this is going to be we're going to have Goliath clash in here. We're going to have McIntyre and Lashley. We have Braun Strowman. I kind of have the belief that WWE runs really well when you have a really solid big man. And it's like boxing.
You have like a big man stable too going on.
Yeah. It's like boxing. Boxing's not the greatest right now because there's no heavyweight division. No one likes to watch boxing. They want to see big dudes punching each other. And WWE is kind of like the same thing. As much as people hate to say it, they like to see the big dudes come in there and just squash the hell out of people. Like Andre the Giant won hardly any championships, but boy, they loved watching that guy just beat the snot out of people all the time. And right now, we've got some of the most athletic big guys. I mean, these guys look like they weigh 340 pounds, but they only weigh 280. Yeah,
and then some of the big guys are moving like they weigh like 185.
Absolutely, yeah. These guys are. This is a new breed of wrestler in a sense, and it's exciting to see the transformation that's going on. Big Show being the last of the true big guys out there. And it's interesting. I think Lashley's going to get the win because Lio Rush is going to have interference. I think and it's annoying to me, and I hate to say it, but Lashley will get the win. But it is setting up some really good stuff in the future here. Like next year is going to be there's going to be a lot of heavyweight battles going on. We don't need Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar could go ahead and turn in his freaking belt anytime now because I think WWE has done a good job of bringing in guys like Lars Sullivan coming in, which we'll be chatting about, I'm sure. There's a lot of big dudes. There's also Keith, who's going to be staying in NXT a little bit. He just had a really good match with freaking Lars Sullivan last week we talked about, and he's going to be rolling up probably within the year too. Samoa Joe's always hanging around. I love the shirt that you're wearing right now. And Samoa
Hand of Destruction.
Yeah,
that's an OG right there.
If Samoa, well, I mean, right there, dude. There you go. Samoa Joe, if he could stay healthy, will be in that mix too. I mean, so WWE's got a great mix of athletic big guys. You'll get Kevin Owens back and everything next year, so it'll be fun. And I think Lashley will be one of those guys that'll be at the beginning of the year. He'll have a lot of turns, and this will be the first of his matches to kind of move forward. Now, once again, this is the same situation as the prior one. Elias is not going to lose anything out of this because I think this is going to probably be Elias's best match that we've seen. He's really been building up the mic skills, and his matches have been really good lately.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Got much better,
and improvements from where he was like a year ago. It's astronomical.
Absolutely, yeah. So this is just going to be another match. It's going to be one of those Stone Cold matches where he loses, but he has a really good outing, and it just pushes him forward and makes him relevant even more. Yep. So to go good with his mic skills. So, all right. So we've got one for Elias, and that goes to the bearded one, and then we're taking Lashley there. By the way, kudos to our producer because when you're watching this on YouTube, he's gone out of the way to find all this cool stuff. The last one we put up with all the guys popping up today, kudos. It's some of the best work yet. And yeah, and I'm looking forward to next year, man. We're going to put a lot on his plate. Yeah.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless, right? Huh? All right, so then we switch to the other one, which, God, in a way, I wish it was Jeff Hardy. Randy Orton versus Rey Mysterio. I really want to see Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton too, and see some more belt marks and stuff, dude.
That Hell in a Cell match, dude.
Yes. Yes.
Amazing.
So, I mean, I like seeing Rey Mysterio often again. This is
real quick, Bearded Desert Rat, aka Bearded One, saying it's definitely going to be his best match. He's going to destroy Lashley and Leo Rush. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens.
Throwing his 2 cents from the chat room. Yes, sir.
Since he says he's tuning in, it's nice that we can have a show where it's just us two and I can read what he writes instead of having to, you picked the same as me, same thoughts as me, just a copycat of me.
Oh, look, a screen just popped up. Someone's jumping in. What's good? No, I was kidding. Yeah, thank you, Mind Freak, for chopping in. He is checking out our Twitch feed. Make sure if you're watching us on Twitch there, throw some stuff in there, please. We want your 2 cents as well. We will definitely be reading off your comments.
Yep. Talk about how amazing the show is without him on it right now. Yeah,
absolutely. Maybe we could talk that guy in who's talking on chat to maybe go on Twitter and tell people to come see us too. That'd be cool too.
Yeah.
Give him the work. He's only in Colorado, not doing anything. All right, so Randy Orton versus Rey Mysterio.
Again, one of these matches that it really doesn't matter who wins. It's not going to hurt or destroy anybody.
Yeah, and this one, to me, this rivalry has been forced. This is just
a little bit.
Yeah, it's rivalry where you've got two of the best all timers in the WWE. Just trying to get them. Yeah, just trying to get them into a match, into a pay-per-view, so they could start going again. I mean, hell, Randy Orton was a mainstay for freaking 6 years nonstop. Rey Mysterio was solid up until he left, and then he's been coming back intermittently and stuff. So this is a good chance to kind of get Rey Mysterio back into the thick of things, especially with Royal Rumble coming up, as he's one of the previous winners. I think this match, it's a chairs match, so it's just going to be people getting lit up with chairs.
Expect to see an RKO on a chair, a 619 hitting a chair, hitting Randy in the face. And there's going to be some good spots.
There's going to be dropping a dime probably with a chair. Who knows? I don't know. Here's the thing. Out of all the matches, this one, to me, it's good to see, but this is just a forced upon thing. And it's like, okay, it'll be fun to watch. I'm hoping it's going to be a great match. But let's kind of get on to the meat of everything. To me, that's what this comes to, because this has only been going on maybe a month, I think now, on and off.
Yeah,
solid for the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, but it's the same. It's kind of the same, preset. Him attacking him, taking his mask and all that stuff. Destroying everything that you build up. Everybody thinks, oh, we're going to hold him up on the pedestal. It's like and I think Marty was the one that said it a couple weeks ago. It's like, he's the legend killer again, but not going by legend killer.
Yeah, it's legend killer light.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because this is definitely nowhere near that status, because they don't have as many of the old timers anymore. In fact, hell, Randy Orton is one of the old timers now. Mm-hmm. So pretty soon it's going to be someone's going to be taking him out, probably. I don't know.
Man.
I am the man.
The man. That would be phenomenal. Right. Get out of my ring. Shoot. Wish I had a really good Scottish accent. That would be awesome. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think Bearded One took RKO, took Randy Orton on this one.
I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm taking RKO too.
All right. I'm going to go with Rey Mysterio. And the reason why I'm going to do Rey Mysterio is because this is, I think, it's not his first. It's not his first one back, but this is going to be his first major, like his first solo match. And Randy's been hovering around, so this would be a good match for him to do his whole little dude wins kind of thing again, because they do that a lot with Rey Mysterio. I think the other thing is I think Rey Mysterio's on a limited time.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio is in really great shape right now, probably the best he's been in a long time. But we also know he has a tendency to have knee issues because of the torture he put his body through beforehand.
Yep.
So I think they want to try to make the most out of him. And what a good way to start it off is to have a really good match after getting the snot kicked out of him a couple times with chairs to pull off it's going to be one of those roll-up wins, man. He's not going to knock him out. He's just going to get a quick win after a couple chair shots have happened or something. Someone's getting hit, but he's rolling them up and getting the 3 count.
No, it's going to be ready, and Marty said it here. The 3 letters to remember that isn't TLC. R-K.
No, the 3 letters are M-A-N. The man.
I am the man.
We have our producer. Don't go chasing RKOs.
Nice. Nice. Standing ovation. Standing ovation.
Wonderful!
All right.
I don't know if it's a suggestion from the producer or your sweet tunes. I don't know which one it is. Producer.
Okay.
All right, moving on. All right, so that's well, no, we got one more match. Yeah, we got one more.
One more non-title match, but
one more non-title match. So
but it has the biggest stipulations of all.
Braun Strowman, aka Beast with one arm, Monster with one arm, versus Baron Corbin, aka he finally gave up on the hair.
AKA General Manager elect.
Oh my God!
I hate that.
Needs to stop, dude.
Dude, Seth just railed into him on Monday, dude. It was amazing.
It was awesome. It was awesome. I am glad they let him pipe bomb that, because I don't think there's not a single person, even fans of Baron Corbin, who are digging this whole general manager thing. It's just. Seth Rollins said it best, dude. The show sucks right now. It really does. The whole him letting them change the matches up, him doing it. The dude's got no personality. His mic skills are better than when he first came out, but he's still horrible. I mean, I'd go more with Alexa Bliss. And
funny you should bring that up.
Yeah.
Have you heard that rumor?
We're gonna keep that out of the. We're not on the rumor mill show, not on the rumor mill show. But that is an interesting height issue. Anyways,
don't be talking negative about the goddess.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, going on to this match, it's a crappy situation. Like, you don't want to see Baron Corbin win, because no one wants to see him as general manager. You just need to put him back in his freaking what was he wearing? Like road? I mean, he was wearing biker gear, wasn't he, and stuff like chaps. I don't know. Whatever.
His lone wolf persona.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I kept getting distracted by the Homer Simpson hair that was kind of coming from front. But I think what's going to end up happening here is Braun Strowman's going to show up. He's going to come out with one arm. I don't know how they're going to pull this off, because it's not like he's faking an injury. That looked pretty damn nasty. And it's only been 2 weeks since surgery.
3. If it was, but
yeah, I can't. But it looked pretty damn nasty. And they're not. He's doing.
The Dave stuff looked pretty nasty before.
They have, but I don't. This usually those you don't have it such a quick turnaround though. Like, the thing I'm really impressed with this whole the whole matches all together is the fact that Becky Lynch is coming back. And by the way, we're jumping ahead. Anyways, but Baron Corbin against Braun Strowman, I don't know. God. Okay. All right. This is where I'm going. Strowman's going to win, and I'm going to get the bonus point. It's because Angle's going to come out and help him win it. That's what's going to happen.
You think it's going to be Kurt Angle?
Oh, yeah, I think it'll be Kurt Angle because of the general manager thing. Now, it doesn't mean that someone else can't show up because, once again, this is a TLC match. There's no rules in a sense. No, I mean, you win by getting a count. That's it. No tap outs or anything like that. It's just got to be a count. Use TLC. No disqualification. Doesn't mean someone else gets introduced. I'm saying you brought up half a part of this.
Yeah. You brought up, yeah.
So I think that the general manager, soon to be again, Kurt Angle, comes in and helps out. And he might bring somebody else who you think is
Lars Sullivan.
Hey.
And then I could see Angle coming out, but then I could see Lars Sullivan coming out, and then you get the authority stable of Corbin, or the right side of history with like Corbin, McIntyre, and
Lashley,
and then who do you have for on the other side? You have Braun Strowman. I mean, you have Finn and the other guys that have been beaten up on, but really, if you have the muscle, you have Kurt Angle coming out. Like you brought up, manager, but just make a team of just monsters and put Lars Sullivan with Braun Strowman, and just have them destroy everybody.
Well, and I think the way they'll play it out, and I think this is a good way of doing it. Kurt Angle comes out somewhere into the match, lets it go for a little bit, kind of sees what's happening, comes out to try to help him out, and then motions to the back. And when Lars Sullivan comes out and completely destroys everything, and Braun Strowman wins the match, Baron Corbin is no longer the GM elect. Kurt Angle is, and guess who his first signing is? Lars Sullivan, because SmackDown doesn't need him right now. Raw needs Lars Sullivan more than anything right now. Raw needs to start getting some life in there.
And then Strowman has a championship match against Brock Lesnar, whatever.
Exactly. And they'll give him time to heal up and everything.
And coming back to with what I said, one or the other, Braun Strowman's winning this match. Because, like I mentioned earlier, with my picks, you're going to have McIntyre win, you're going to have Lashley win, and then, they're on the right side of history. Then the person that put this whole team together, Baron Corbin's like, I got this in a bag. He loses, and then it's like, hey, we held up our end. Why didn't you do yours? And I'm like, we don't need you, kind of thing.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun. I think we actually have played that scenario out. So
not bad.
So there you go, man. And of course, he Bearded Master did pick Braun Strowman as well. I'm sure he would probably say everything that we said is exactly right, because it is.
He would.
So we're on to the championship matches, but before we do so, I just want to once again stop halfway in and thank Malice Corp, Malice-Corp, for allowing us to do the show tonight. Thank you so much. Their website is awesome. Check it out. It's got all of our old casts on there, plus all the casts from all the other shows. Quest for 100, Comics for All, Nerd Mosh Pit. They're all there for you. It's all fun. There's plenty of articles in there as well. Game reviews, the whole 9 yards. So thank you, Malice-Corp, for allowing us to take over the channel for the month and let you guys have a vacation. And thank you very much for letting us be here. So there we go. Shameless plug, quick and easy. I think after 8 months, I'm finally getting this hosting thing down. What do you think? I'll go because I am the bar. Boom.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's our show. We're not talking about a championship title match. You're going to have to tune in next week to see who we picked.
No. Peace out. All right. So speaking of the bar, that's the first match that's coming out is actually going to be the tag team match. We have the Bar versus the Usos versus the New Day.
We'll save Marty's pick for last. We'll save Marty's pick for last.
All right.
I'll start this one off.
Go for it.
So in the world of tag team division on Smack, well, I'm just going to put it out there. In all the tag teams that we pretty much ever see on TV, apart from a couple like one-off title matches here and there, the biggest storylines is the New Day, the Bar, and the Usos. That is WWE tag team right now. Yes, Chad Gable and Bobby Roode won the titles. Congrats to them. I'm happy that they have the title. It sucks that AOP had a short-lived reign, but that's another time for another discussion. But when you look at, the SmackDown Tag Team title picture, it's been in rotation. It was the Usos, then it went to the New Day, then it went to the Bar, then it went back to the New Day, back to the Bar. The only logical sense is if you're going to keep cycling it around that way, it's going to be the Usos. And this pick is just purely out of how the SmackDown Tag Team division has been over the last year. Usos, New Day, SmackDown, or Bar, and they've just been cycling it through. And with that logic in the sense, who's up for a tag team title reign? The Usos.
All right, yeah, I see that. Here's where I'm going to try to pick up points and go with the crap reasoning. I am going to say the Bar wins and retains the titles. And the only reason why I think that is because it's not New Day time yet. New Day is still surviving. They have 5 championship reigns. We know how they're doing.
Well, all of them have 5 championship reigns.
No, I got that. But it's just New Day. Once again, New Day doesn't need to be relevant with a belt. New Day can be relevant.
But here's the thing. It's one of these matches. Neither one of these teams need to have the belt to be relevant.
Yeah.
They're even win or lose, they're still going to be fan favorites. People love the Bar. Sorry.
Can I finish my conversation? Damn. Martin, where is the bearded master? All right.
He'd agree with me on that point.
Yeah. Here is why I give it to the Bar. It's because it's like we've talked about with championship matches before. They're not going to they can't cycle it too fast. The Bar has only had it for what, 3 weeks now?
Not longer than that.
No, it hasn't been that long, dude. It's been a short reign so far.
It's been almost 2 months.
It has not been 2 months, has it?
They won it at SmackDown 1000. This was just 1008th episode of SmackDown. 2 month reign.
Well, whatever. The Bar is going to keep it. This isn't the pay-per-view match for them to lose it on. I think they're going to push something to the. I don't know. I think they're going to push it to SmackDown where they're going to lose the belt. Don't ask me why. I just have a feeling that they're not going to lose it. The Bar will keep it. I think they're going to give them a little bit longer run. The Usos, you are right though. The Usos will be the next champs. I think the Usos need to win it one-on-one, not a triple threat match, because I think the one-on-one match gives more validity to the Usos being probably one of the better tag teams, if not the better tag team out of the 3.
No, don't get me wrong. I like the New Day. I like the Bar. I like the Usos. All 3, the chemistry they have, whether it's a one-off match between the New Day and the Usos, one-off match between the Usos and the Bar, or even the Bar and the New Day. The matches are always high caliber, really enjoyable matches. They may not be match of the night, but they're nowhere near the bottom. They're always a top-tier caliber match.
Absolutely.
So this is going to be a very entertaining match.
Yeah,
and actually, I'm looking excited for it. Now, yes, I know I picked the Usos, but honestly, it's one of those things where it's just strictly a pick for points.
Yeah, it is.
That's all it is. This is just the one where, okay, let's see if we can get some points here. Either way, I'm not going to be upset. I'll be upset if I don't get the points. But that's the only reason. But either way, this is going to be a fantastic match to watch. It always is. High flying, high risk.
When it comes to these tag teams, I like to see them win the tag teams when it's a one-on-one match, especially with these types of with these groups. Yeah. All these groups are awesome, and I like the wins when it's just a straight regular tag team match, not the triple threat, because anything can happen and it doesn't really give a lot of validity to the match. The Bar wins. I would almost go and say is this whole Big Show thing has just been a ruse so he's going to come out and kind of help him out again next week. So this week. So extra point if that does happen. But ultimately, the Bar is going to keep the titles. It sucks because I do like to see the Usos win it, and they will win it. It'll be very soon, but just not tomorrow. Yeah. And Bearded Master did go with the Usos as well. And I'm sure that you and him are on the same page when it comes to the fact that, it's their time to run. It's just not yet for me.
Yep.
So, all right. So our next match we're jumping to, which is, I think, we do have the Cruiserweight. Well, I was actually going to wait on that one. I was going to go to the Raw Women's Championship.
Oh,
And the reason why
that's a quick and easy one.
yeah, we already know what's going to happen there.
No,
That's
we
Ronda
already know
Rousey.
it's gonna be Ronda.
Yeah, Ronda Rousey's not going to lose yet. In fact, I would almost go as far as saying that they might actually start thinking about bringing the four horsewomen and start interjecting them more, because they're now getting more. They're actually, all of them are now getting more showtime on NXT now. Mm-hmm. So it would be safe to say that they'll probably there is a potential of them getting into it somehow. But
no,
WWE
it's going to be Ronda.
Yeah, WWE is predictable, if anything, when it comes to certain situations like this, and that is one thing that they're not going to let Ronda Rousey lose yet. She's definitely one of their main draws. She's definitely selling swag.
If anything, I could see her. If she does lose it, it's not going to be any time before WrestleMania.
Yeah, they need to have her headline Charlotte.
Either her, Charlotte, or her and Becky.
Yep. So, all right, that was a good one. Sweet talk. I think, Beard Master picked Ronda as well, so we're all good there. Yeah. I hate to say it, though. Nia Jax, though, the face breaker. I'm
not going to lie. I love that angle that they're putting with her with that.
It's cool, but
I like the idea. Oh, yeah, she's the face breaker. But the promos haven't been good.
No, yeah, exactly.
I love the idea. The execution of it, not the best.
Yeah, Nia Jax needs to find her promo angle. I think her best promos are when she's been pissed off and she's screaming at the camera. The subtle kind of like, I know I'm bigger than you and I'm going to beat you up.
And even when they fought the first time at Money in the Bank,
when you really
that angle.
Yeah. You know? When you see her getting into in the face of the mic and she starts getting all cowly and then she starts screaming, that's when you start seeing the night. I want to see her pissed off all at the same time.
Yep, absolutely.
So kind of like what we want with Ronda Rousey, but we're not going to get that because, fucking WWE.
Just put her with Heyman. Just put her with Heyman.
God, yeah, there you go. All right,
Heyman, be the manager of like all the UFC fighters that came over.
Oh yeah.
That would be actually pretty brilliant. And there's rumors that he's actually been talking to her and like kind of coaching her a little bit backstage for the promos.
She needs it.
If you know,
she needs it. Yeah. So yeah, and you know what? That would make sense if he does do that. I mean, it's a cool stable angle that he could pull. You got Matt Riddle coming in now, who's a former UFC fighter.
Yep.
You've got the four horsewomen. The hell yeah, hey, if that happens, WWE better pay us some royalty.
But yeah.
Yeah. We better get some royalty off that one, man. That was our idea. Yep. Now, I think this is going to probably be one of the better matches of the night. Is going to be that the Cruiserweight Championship,
and
I really hope that the WWE does not put this as a pre-show match, a kickoff match. This better be on the main roster because the last match these guys had, Buddy Murphy versus Cedric Alexander, stole the freaking show. It was a great match. These guys are some of the top talents. I mean, they're borderline cruiserweights. When you think cruiserweight, you think Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, these guys that are around 185, 200 and everything. They're just wrong. Now, I know they weigh 205, or at least that's what they say on when they do their weigh-ins and stuff. But these guys could easily be right up in the main division, pushing for U.S. titles, intercontinental titles. Their athletic ability and their in-ring skills is second to none. The mic skills for Buddy Murphy's right there. Cedric Alexander's getting better. But the last match these guys had, oh my God, it was a great match, and I've watched it at least a couple times. It was the one where Buddy Murphy won it down in Australia, in his hometown. So now you get the rematch. Yeah, you get the rematch here. I'm going to throw Marty's pick in there just because we've been doing ours first. Let's get to his first and just see what he said. He said on this guy, he is going with Buddy Murphy retaining the title. That is a good call. And gosh. Do I go for the obvious, I need the point win, or I've got a couple of free points out there too. You know what? I'm gonna go with Buddy Murphy too, and it's only because I think Buddy Murphy he's got more persona going with him with the belt. I ain't gonna lie though, I've been big on 205 up until about 3 weeks ago. I don't know why, but 205's gotten kind of boring to me, and it's only because it's Lucha House Party and everybody else.
Yep.
And I got tired of watching Lucha House Party wrestle everybody all the time. So I'm gonna watch it like last week,
or even bringing them up and have Marty's favorite tag team do a Lucha House Party rules match against the Revival.
Oh, dude, you know Marty is gonna record that. He's probably gonna go live and react on that one.
Mm-hmm.
He'll probably break out his Revival shirt because he's got that. He loves that shirt. He sleeps with it.
I'm pretty sure just happened in the chat. He's like, I think Marty's actual words are that we're both candy-ass jabronis and Buddy Murphy will win. and I get the whole thing with him with the belt with the persona. It's not necessarily like he's carrying the show. But him as a champion, it has brought more life back into 205.
It has.
To me, it has. And for that reason, he's going to retain. That's my pick. I'm picking Buddy also.
Yeah, they need to fix their 205 situation they have because, like I said, Lucha House Party is getting old. It's getting old. Every week they start off with Lucha House Party. And I will tell you, the only way you're going to make me start watching Lucha House Party again is if you interject Rey Mysterio in the Lucha House Party. But that means you also have to bring it to the main title, and now you have a stable. So until that happens, which I'm sure it will happen sooner rather than later, 205 is getting boring and old. And Drake Maverick, with him being with AOP and kind of like, it was good to see him start wrestling again because I would like to see him start wrestling in 205 versus managing 205.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with Buddy Murphy as well, but it's gonna be one hell of a match. Do not go up and go get beer or anything during that match. Get it through the freaking Nia Jax match.
Or the Baron Corbin and Braun Strowman match.
Oh, yeah. Go with Baron Corbin first because at least Ronda Rousey has validity to her fighting. Even though I know Baron Corbin used to be Golden Gloves, but he sucks. All right.
Last two matches.
The last two. And, we're definitely going to save. We
got match for last.
We got 3 matches left.
We
got 3 matches. Yeah, we have the Intercontinental Championship now.
Oh, yes, 3. Yeah. Let's do that one.
Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose. This has been a feud that's been dragged on. If you are wrestling,
I'm loving it. I'm loving the feud, though. That's the thing.
The
thing that I'm hating is them trying to press Renee for info.
Yeah. It gets old after a while.
It does. Now this is one of those matches where it strictly comes down to the pick because it's not going to, even if Seth loses the title, it's not going to derail anything that he's doing, nothing like that. Even if Dean loses, it's not really going to do anything to this. But I think in order for this feud to continue and kind of bring it up and make it more viable, like amp it up and get a lot more personal and kind of lead back to back when Roman was around. I think they're going to be giving this to Dean.
And I will have to agree with you on that, sir. I'm going with Dean as well. And I think the reason why is because Dean Ambrose has gotten himself back into the mix. The angle's solid. Give him a belt. Let the rivalry will continue and go through Royal Rumble and could potentially go all the way to WrestleMania because you're not going to be able to put them in the title mix right now. Right now, the WWE's focus is getting the big guys wrestling for the heavyweight championship, for the championship belt, to dethrone Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins.
And honestly, when you think of mid-card feuds, even though both of these are heavyweight caliber superstars, but really when it's the only belt that's being shown up onto the show on Raw, it is the most prestigious title out there right now, and this has the makings of being a fantastic match. Seth Rollins at the top of his game. Dean Ambrose has never looked better than how he is now. And to solidify it, to keep this feud rolling, to keep, a good mid-card feud going on right now, let Dean have it.
Do you think they pull the I don't want to call Miss Elizabeth card? You mentioned Renee. Do you think this is the match where somehow she gets involved?
No, she's not going to get involved at all.
You don't think so?
No.
I could see them doing something like that. It's been their nature in the past where you've had situations like this.
Not with her. The only reason I'm saying no, if she was still like one of the backstage, like interviewers, correspondents that way, I could see it. But since she's one of the main announcers on the table up front in the action, calling the action, I don't see it.
It doesn't mean she doesn't have to stop doing it.
No, I know, but I'm just saying because she's part of the show.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
but
no, she's not.
I get it, but wouldn't that be just a twist that would happen? I mean, no one's expecting that to happen. You're saying it. She is the main announcer. She's the first female main announcer to be ever. And I get that, but if Raw needs some kind of a jumbling or some kind of an injection of some type, that is one way you could definitely put an injection.
You brought it up with a different match. It's not going to happen at TLC. If anything happens, it'll be the next night on Raw. Gotcha.
So, but we are agreeing. So we are going with Dean Ambrose, you and I. Bearded Master picked Seth Rollins,
and I can understand why.
Yeah, no, there's no lose here. One way, I mean, in fact, something we talked about, I think we might have even tweeted or something, and some other partners out there in the community has said this has got to be one of the best actual lineups when it comes to all the matches that WWE has put out for quite a bit. They've had some good lineups, but every match from head to toe, and not even excluding, Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax could be a good match. Just like
the Money to Make match was decent.
Yeah. Just like Baron Corbin and Braun Strowman, I think there's going to be more to that than just the match itself. But all these matches from start to finish all have really good potentials and outcomes, and they've been prepping these up right. Like they've actually been running these feuds long enough, excluding the Randy Orton Rey Mysterio angle. Yep. So, I once again, you can go either way with this, but I think you and I are on the right on this, and it's because Bearded Master can't defend himself because he went to bed because it's past his bedtime. Dean Ambrose is going to pull off the win, and it's going to keep that feud going for a long time.
Yep.
So, all right, now we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. Let's see here. We've got the
WWE Championship match. AJ Styles versus the new Daniel Bryan.
Which I like.
I do too.
I like the angle. I like the bad side. It's the no movement all over again, just more evil, which is good. And it worked well for him the last time.
Interesting enough. The whole heel turn with Daniel Bryan happened. Yeah, it happened a little sooner, but he was the one that actually pitched that to the writers, and they were on board with it. But because of what's been happening with some shows, they actually jumped it up a little bit. Saying that's something I did read. He was the one that was like, "Hey, can my character do a heel turn?" That's the reports that I've read with it.
Which is smart because
it really is. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. Like, yeah, regardless if he's a heel or not, Daniel Bryan is a solid in-ring performer. Solid, and he's entertaining to watch. And like you said, this new angle, even like everybody's been saying, this new angle, the new Daniel Bryan, this is a fantastic angle. Not really caring what anybody says or thinks about him. Fickle.
Fickle. Fickle. Fickle.
Fickle. I'm loving it. Same thing. It's one of those things where it could go either way, but with some of the reports that I've read and everything that's going on, I know AJ Styles' contract is getting ready to be re-signed and all that kind of stuff. But also based on short title reigns and all that stuff, Daniel Bryan's going to win. He's going to retain. And part of the reason too part of the reason why AJ dropped the title. He has there are reports that it could be part of the reason, could be not part of the reason, but AJ has asked for a little bit of reduced schedule so he had some time more time with his family and stuff like that. I think one of the things to do that, he had to drop the title, which makes sense. And I'm okay with Daniel Bryan having it because it sets up The Miz and Daniel Bryan for WrestleMania, but we'll get into that as it gets closer to WrestleMania season.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Bearded Master picked Daniel Bryan as well. We're all going to pick Daniel Bryan. And it's just for the simple fact that A, he can't lose it so quick, but B, you don't want him to lose it right now. I mean, AJ Styles, I'm glad he's going to be taking a break because we need a break of AJ Styles. There just needs to be a little bit of a walkway.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's not like we're asking him to leave or anything. Just sometimes need to take a break.
And this is the perfect time to do it for SmackDown. Because SmackDown's hot as all heck right now. So, and he could take like a month off and come right back when Royal Rumble comes around, be one of the participants in that, and then just take off for another couple weeks or so, and then just start getting himself interjected because WrestleMania comes around 2 months or 3 months later.
Yep.
So, I mean, it makes perfect sense. Take some time off, and it's well-deserved because he has gone nonstop. He has gone for a very long time. It's the house that he built. I get it. It's actually the house that The Rock built. He just decided to take over the rent. And
there's nothing wrong with that. There's
nothing wrong with that. He's pushed it, but he does deserve a break. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And Daniel Bryan's the perfect guy to take over for the time being. And then work from there. But yeah, I mean, we talk more about it, but everyone's just pretty much on the same angle of this. AJ Styles is going to be losing the match and taking some time off. But it leaves more time for the main match. Yay!
Yeah,
standing ovation!
Standing ovation! Wonderful! The final match, hands down, is going to be match of the night.
Yes. Well, okay. It could be second though.
Second,
quite frankly.
Top three.
It's
easily.
Definitely going to be a top three.
We have Asuka, the Empress of Tomorrow, versus the Queen, Charlotte Flair, and the man, Becky Lynch.
Yes.
In a TLC match.
Now, first off, I almost mentioned this earlier, but I'm going to give kudos to the man right off the bat.
I am the man.
Her Twitter skills have been on point. And I have to say, the funniest one I've seen, we'll get it out of the way, was the one where Becky Lynch only missed one SmackDown show because of a broken face. I can't remember why Charlotte lost a month, and it was just the angle of right about here to here. Yeah, and that was it. That's all it was, and that has got to be the tweet of the month. It's crazy. It's awesome that she's able to recover so quickly. Possibly will wear a mask. It depends on how severe the injury was. So safety first. But you've got the Empress, you've got the man, and you've got the Queen in a TLC match. I think they could have left. I think they could have left Asuka out on this one. But I'm glad they're bringing her in because I kind of felt that Asuka was starting to lose some of her buzz. And you can't let somebody of her caliber be pushed off to the side. You got to get her back into the title match, and you got to get her in there fast. She is one of the better talents they do have in the women's division. This match is going to be insane. It
absolutely is.
This is going to push the limits of TLC, not just for the women, but just TLC in general.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, you've got the Queen, who has shown that she has no problem doing flips and all the craziness off the top ropes, well better than her dad, and make things happen. You've got Asuka, who is just phenomenal. This is gonna be her push back into the title hunt. She's gonna probably have some of the craziest stuff going on as far as she's gonna do some damage. And then I think the man,
I am the man,
is just going to be the most lethal. And I think there's going to be kendo sticks, and there's going to be chairs. There's going to be so many shots that she's going to throw out. It's going to be insane. Like, you're going to, at the end of the match, there's going to be blood. There's going to be bruises. There's going to be lots of welts. And it's going to be the best thing that it's going to be the culmination of what the women have fought so hard for. This is the last match that I think they truly do need to have to show that they could do it not only with the guys, but probably produce a better show than the guys.
This is the main event, right? Or are they doing...
No, this has got to be the main event. This is what they've been pushing for.
It has to be.
Yeah, and I don't see why they would not have it be the main event.
The only match I can see going over that as the main event is AJ versus Daniel. Realistically.
Which it won't. No, it won't.
It shouldn't, but it could. But we don't know until it comes out.
Yeah, so you've got the three, and you know what? I know we're all going to say the same because we have said nothing but good things about her, and she's got to run, and it's not going to stop.
She's not only is she carrying the SmackDown division in general right now, I think she's carrying the entire women's division on both Raw and SmackDown.
She's doing a lot more than that. She has, I think, with the addition of social media to her forte, she has reached the millennial version of Austin. She really has. She's outreached that far.
It's the same thing that I've been saying. We've all been saying for the last couple months.
Yeah. The Becky 316. I mean, that's exactly what it is at this point. But she's been able to do it with social media. She does it in the ring. She's a top performer. She knows what she's doing. And
her mic skills. But not just the mic skills, it's everything about her.
Everything's right there.
It's just going, and they'd be stupid not to write this and keep it going.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with saying if Charlotte wins or saying Asuka would win. I mean, I think between the two, it would be Asuka versus Charlotte, only because giving Charlotte 7 championship runs in 3 years is a little much. So I think she should.
But they would, though.
Well, it's because she's
It's
Flair.
the obvious. And
It's WWE, if anything, rewards the legacy. They always reward the legacy.
Look at Orton.
Yeah, 13-time champion and youngest.
And look at the Usos or the whole family.
Yeah, it's not far fetched to say. But ultimately, it is going to be Becky Lynch winning the show.
It is.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. There's no way they cannot give Becky Lynch the win because she's just right now on fire. Straight fire. I just hope she comes out with better music now. I think she ditches the music and comes out with something hardcore.
I still like the music. It's
too campy. It's too NXT.
But it's Becky. Who cares?
It is Becky. That is true. Yeah. No. It's the man. It's the man. Don't get it mixed up, man. It's the man.
I am the man.
Man. The man can do whatever the man wants to do.
It's the cream of the crop. Yeah. So we're all good with Becky Lynch winning that one, and I know that Bearded Master has that as his pick. I mean, we didn't even have to look at that to tell him, but I should just in case he wants to try to pull out the magic point. But no, it's Becky. All right, so that's the rundown. I'm going to throw it out there and say this is going to be a hell of an ending to the year for WWE. I think with all the ups and downs with Raw, with the highs of the women's division. With the resurgence of SmackDown, this is going to cap off 2018 with a hell of a freaking pay-per-view, and it's going to roll into 2019 where we're going to see a lot more going on. We're going to see a lot more additions. I think 2019, and we'll jump in this here later, is going to be a very successful and entertaining year for WWE as a whole. So, did I miss anything about the TLC pay-per-view today, sir?
I believe that's everything. I think we covered everything.
Now, of course, when you're watching this, feel free to, if you can, throw your picks in there. We'll try to get that on the Twitter feed. We'll try to get this all going live for that day. I know that rely on you guys a little bit more at first, only because of the simple fact that this is my last free night of I'm going nonstop until after the holiday season. I don't know why, but I am definitely gonna be busy on Sunday, and I'll be watching it on a tape delay. So
I will too as well.
All right, so we will do our best to get some stuff on Twitter that day and everything else. And
it's the holiday season. Everyone understands it. We understand it, but we will do our best.
But there would definitely be some stuff going on that night.
Oh,
Definitely.
absolutely.
I'm not letting it stay a day. No.
No.
I'm blowing up your Twitter feeds at 11:30 at night Pacific Standard Time, which means if it's 2:30 in the morning and you're on the East Coast, suck it.
That is going to leave a mark.
That is. Hey, so anywhere else that these guys can follow you, Mind Freak?
You guys can follow me right here at Twitch at twitch.tv/BTBMindFreak, and also on Xbox at Mindfreak, MINDFREVK. Playing Destiny, Fortnite, PUBG, anything like that. With all my streams and all that stuff, always doing viewers and all that kind of stuff. So check it out, guys. I have a lot of great, amazing gaming content on my channel.
Awesome. And yeah, of course you could follow Marty on the screen there. I think that's pretty much the only stuff he really talks about.
I think Twitter is Bearded Master and Instagram.
Don't forget to look up Boot to the Face.
Oh yeah, and then the other wrestling show that he does, Boot to the Face. Check him out on YouTube.
Yes, and they do have some sweet swag on there. I'm gonna have to get one of those shirts, man. Yeah, we have to
come
talk
back one day where we're both wearing Boots to the Face. It's like, hey Marty, what's up, bro?
No, either that or I'm gonna have to find a Malice Smack Talk shirt. We gotta do that, man. That would be awesome. Yeah. And of course, you can follow Masonic Vader 71 on PlayStation, and like I always like to mention, we follow this show more than anything because this is our baby. This is our project. We're making things fun and happy, and we're hoping to move forward a lot with better cameras and cooler mics and maybe slightly better lighting for our 2019 year. If Malice Corp keeps us, we'll have to see if they re-sign.
Yeah. Our contract's up soon. You gotta talk about re-signing and all that stuff.
Yeah. looking for top dollar carrying the channel for the month. And of course, we want to thank our producer who chimed in just a second ago. Thank you very much for putting up with us, and this has been a fun show tonight. We thank you. Please follow us. Please let your friends know. Put some comments down below when you're watching us on YouTube and whatnot.
And make sure you tweet at a Bearded Master. Tell him that. Ask him where he got his sick revival shirt.
Yes.
Yeah. If you guys are watching, just for the next 24 hours, just go on a Twitter hunt, type in everything revival, tag Bearded Master in it, just let him know how much you support him supporting the revival.
Better yet, hashtag the revival too. Maybe they'll actually link up and that'll really bring them the
Yes.
No, he doesn't want to hear from the Young Bucks or Kenny Omega or Cody. He wants to hear from the revival.
He wants to hear from the revival. So make sure you guys get it out there. Get it to the revival. Tweet at it, whatever. Tell the revival that a Bearded Master
is their biggest fan, their favorite tag team out of everything. He's even got a shirt that he wears like a muffin top.
Yeah.
Woo, that's going to get one. Well, thank you guys so much for watching the show tonight. We really appreciate you. And next week we'll be following up. Man, that really got you on that last one, didn't I? You're laughing so hard. Oh, my gosh. Next week we'll do our follow-up show, which will be the points. It'll be actually the final points of the year, and I'm sure we'll get chastised a little bit from mine by Bearded Master. Who knows? We'll see who comes up with the win. Yeah. But thank you so much, guys. And like we always like to finish off our show, give us that 1, 2, 3. Good night, guys. Talk to you next week.